Good morning, guys. It's Graydon back here with leg day. It's Friday, August 9th. Ready to get back on a consistent schedule. And I think work is going to help me do that. So I actually just tried, that's what I'm drinking right now, is Raw Nutrition's Blue Raspberry Essential Pre. And I'll put that right here so you guys can see that. It's really good. I put too much water in it, so it's a little watered down this morning. But really, really good. And I was excited to try a new flavor other than orange and citrus grapefruit. And the last 2 times I tried to get Blue Raz, it was out of stock. So anyway, it's leg day. We're gonna focus on quads because my hamstrings are super tight from earlier this week. But yeah, I'm stoked. Let's get after it. Obviously, you didn't see the third set. I did it. The last 3 reps held 8 to 10 seconds on the way down. Phone didn't record, so you didn't get the last set of leg extension. But we're gonna move on to leg press, and I think we're gonna do some step ups, weighted step ups with that. So anyway, on to those. Whew. Okay, it's a wrap on leg day. I started to film abs, I guess, in my last video or the video before that, and I really think that's just to keep me more accountable. Because there were days where I had that in the program and I didn't do them, but I knew I didn't have to film them, so it's not like I gotta worry about it. Well, that's not okay. That's not right. So you guys are gonna keep me more accountable on doing core workouts. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to you about Exodus as I'm kind of cleaning my stuff up here. So I read Exodus 5, 6, and 7. The first one I did, the full length video is on either my Instagram or TikTok, and I'll put my link tree in the description. But basically, I'm going through Exodus and I'm reading about how Moses led the people of Israel out of Egypt. So, anyway, in 5 and 6, 5, 6, and 7. Chapter 5 was God coming to Moses and then telling Moses, hey, you need to go back to Egypt and get my people out. And then 6 was Moses getting to Egypt. 6, there was a lineage of all the people, all the clans of Israel, the husbands or the fathers and then wives. And then it was funny. I was talking to a friend about it, and I guess Moses wrote Exodus, which makes sense because the way it's written is a little discombobulated. Like it's like you have to be careful about how you read it because it can get confusing. Like there's a part where Moses is on his way to Egypt after God told him to, and then at random, like in the middle of the passage, giving no context to anything, God was about to kill Moses because I think one of his sons wasn't circumcised, and that was like a covenant between Abraham and God. And that was when God made the promise to make Abraham's descendants greater than the number of stars or the grains of sand on the earth. And it was like it's literally worded, Moses was walking along, God, filled with his rage, wanted to kill Moses. And then his wife like circumcised her son and put the blood of the son on Moses and said, you're covered now. And then God was like, all right, you're good. But like, it's in the middle of the passage and it's super random. But it makes sense because Moses wasn't a very good speaker. He couldn't get his words out well. So that's why Aaron comes to help. Well, anyway, they get to Egypt. They go to Pharaoh. The whole time, like, look, Pharaoh's not going to listen to you. But that's okay. Just do what I tell you to do. And Moses is basically like, why send me? I can't talk. Well, anyway, they get to Pharaoh. Moses and Aaron go, God said, you need to let my people go, the Israelites go, and then let us go out and worship our God. Pharaoh's like, no, I don't have to listen to your God. You're not going anywhere. Then Pharaoh takes away straw to make bricks, and back then you had to have straw to make bricks. And Pharaoh basically says, we're not going to give you straw anymore, Israelites. You're going to have to go find it yourselves, yet continue to make the same number of bricks each day, meeting your quota. Well, the Israelites come to Moses and Aaron. They're like, dude, what the heck? May God judge you because of this harsh punishment you put on us. And then Moses goes back to God and he's like, why'd you send me if this was always going to happen? And the whole time Moses is like questioning and doubting and questioning. But God, like the Bible only says God got mad twice, I guess, because of the circumcision thing. But he got mad once when Moses doubted him the second time. And the Bible says God's anger burned against Moses. But God the whole time is very patient. It's like, Moses, just trust me, just trust me, just trust me. Well, then we start getting into the plagues and the signs and the miracles that God is going to show Pharaoh. God already hardened Pharaoh's heart, so he wasn't going to listen anyway. The whole thing, I think, at least for me, is what I'm getting out of it, is having faith. So Moses and Aaron take the staff that God gave them. They throw it down at Pharaoh's feet. This is like later on after the straw thing. And God says, you're going to throw this down. You're going to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Well, they throw the staff down, and God turns it into a snake. But then Pharaoh gets all his magicians and sorcerers and wise men in Egypt, and they do the same thing. They turn their staffs into snakes. I don't know how that works. But the staff that Moses and Aaron threw down, the snake ate all the other serpents. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then Moses picks it back up, turns back into a staff. Pharaoh's like, no, I'm still not letting go. So they come back the next day. They're like, Pharaoh, let our people go. And he's like, no. And then they strike, God told him to strike the water of the Nile River, which was like the main source of water for the Egyptians. He strikes the water, turns to blood. All the fish die, it smells awful, becomes undrinkable. So the Egyptians now have to find other water to drink. Well, he does the same thing. Pharaoh calls all the sorcerers, the wise men, magicians, all that kind of stuff. They do the same thing. They turn the water into blood. I don't know how they do the same thing because the water was already blood. But anyway, they do the same thing. Pharaoh's like, see, I can do all the same stuff. Well, Moses is like, I'm just doing what I'm told to do. And then the next plague is the plague of the frogs, and that's chapter 8. But I'll probably have 2 or 3 chapters more read as we're going along. But I don't know what I'm getting out of it. My takeaway from so far is that it's okay to question God. Just don't continue to question God, if that makes sense. Like, if God says something, and it's not easy for us to do because we have to have blind faith. Like, God hasn't come back in a very long time, in like 2024 years, and a little less because he spent like 40 days on earth after he resurrected. But like, God in human form or any type of form hasn't been seen since. So it's hard for us as Christians, as believers, to put our blind faith in God. But that's the whole point, right? That's why all those people before Jesus in the Old Testament, they didn't have Jesus to believe that. They had to believe in pure faith, right? So the whole thing is have faith. It's okay to question, but at some point, just trust it, if that makes sense. Like, whatever you're going through, you can question God about it. You can be like, God, why is this happening? Please help me understand. That kind of stuff. You can seek his wisdom. But don't just sit there and doubt and then not do anything about it. Try and figure out what God's trying to teach you in that moment. And it's not easy. There's days where you're going to get mad. There's days where you're going to get frustrated. But God still loves you. Like, God still cares about you. His promises will never not come true. So, I don't know if that helps you. If you want to go through Exodus with me, you can. I'm in chapter 8 right now. I'll read that tomorrow morning. And then as I kind of go through the day, I'll try and go back and think about what I read. So, with that being said, I have no idea what episode this is. I'm really bad about it. I'm a horrible YouTuber. But thank you guys for checking out the video. I will see you next time. It's probably going to be another chest day. Yeah. Should be chest and shoulders. And then, which probably has to be recorded tomorrow. Chest and shoulders. And then we'll hit another back day and then legs again. The legs will be hamstrings this time. Because I only did quads today and hamstrings super tight. I feel really good right now. But anyway, see you guys next time. Deuces, have a great day. Stay blessed.